Welcome, welcome, welcome to the 15th stream of Ostranauts. We're going to get started here and pick up where we left off, which, scrapping out a ship, gathering up some things, making our life a little easier. Um, let's unpause the world. Maybe it would have been a good idea to make sure I had my helmet on first, but fortunately I did. All right. Just kind of want to take a quick look around and see where we left things. It's been a while, unfortunately. uh, there were some issues. Namely, I had a series of migraines for the first time in over a decade. But I'm back and raring to go. So just kind of want to refresh where I'm at. Everything's looking pretty good, but I do need a place to set these down while I'm actually moving around. And let's do this. Shift that up. What I'm doing is just making some space so that I can actually set down my crates, which is more important when it comes time to leave, which it's looking like we're about ready to do, actually. Um, gonna add on some floor. It looks like I was planning to do here. Let's see where we are on power, and so not a lot, and we're not horribly far from the port, and it's swinging on around in our direction. I'd really like to have some more power than we've got in the bag right now. Let's see. Gonna set you down, hopefully. Let's see if that works. Nope, of course I did it backwards. Again, I'm just Tetrising a little bit so that I've got space right there for my primary carrying crate. And comes time here to skedaddle. And it looks like I've been through the wreck pretty good, but I've got a lot of stuff already removed that I could load up. Just don't have any place to put it right this second. And, ooh, we have good batteries, so that solves our battery problem. Let's start with undoing one of these. Question is which one. when it's, they both are for that matter, and equal. So let's uninstall this one. Figure out some place to put that, and that'll give us a little more time here on the wreck to build out the ship, make things a little more comfortable for ourselves. Maybe load some more of this stuff on. Just making sure I'm actually on. Sorry for the delay there. Speed this up a little bit. Right. Grab our floor pieces. I think what I'm going to do is let's run around to this side. Sort of do a little redesign here. Never did put that last door in. Just want it to be even right there. Okay. Easily done. I think, yeah, there's 96. 30. More room here. I think I want to go this way. So think. Gonna add one down here. Cancel this row out. I'm sure there's some easier way to do this, but I've never figured it out. Unlike with the uninstall, there's no cancel button on the installs. There we go. And then we're just gonna auto task and let our character go to ground. Go to town. Go to ground. Not sure what I'm running around in circles about here. Must have been, no, not. Got two floor pieces left. What's it need here? Motor, heatsink, small parts, scrap and steel. Over here, motherboard, electronic scrap and steel. Yeah, all that should be easy to come by. This real quick. Pay our mortgage. Fortunately, well within our means right now. I was hoping by 15 streams in I would have paid it off, but this is a pretty darn good ship we're working on right now. Once we get all this up to snuff and take her home, it ought not be that hard. Okay, we're just restoring that. So, finish up. So now I ended up with two crowbars here. That wasn't intentional. Let's walk in here for a second. Ditch one. Space at this moment is far too precious for that. Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do is grab this and install it over here. Ship. Okay. Let's get here. Gotta pick it up first. All right. He's working on that. I'm going to lay down some power line. So the biggest problem right now is we need to go to the bathroom, and we have no toilet yet. So we may be heading back in sooner rather than later. Let's look at our priorities in the roster. That's good. We got the electrical engineering skill over 25%. When we finish that out, it'll speed certain tasks up, and messing with the roster did, the priorities in the roster did get us on the already assigned jobs as opposed to just patching crap, which is fine, and you want everything to be in good shape. But right this minute, I wanted some power line. Okay. We've got a welding tool, but no power for it. Let's go up here and fix that. This is quite low as well. Let's go ahead and swap it out. Okay, not ideal, but okay. Task for a second. Should finish this up. Good, good. Now what I want to do is go grab some more conduits so I can move this battery. I don't think we've stripped out any conduit yet, but let's look at a likely place, which is where the here's some, which is where the torch engine, torch drive was. Don't remember if I actually had picked up a fire extinguisher yet, but I'd like to have one, even though it isn't really implemented in the game yet. As I've mentioned before, some things I do just for verisimilitude. Oh, this is the dolly I found on the wreck, which is in pretty bad shape right now. Yeah, not pretty. So I don't mind taking a moment. But I really do want the conduit laid so that I can move back into the ship. And actually, first thing I'm going to do is pop on the battery. Really want you to lay my conduit. All right, screw it. Let's take over. What we got in here? So I need these for my cases. I can empty this out. Looks like they're already not in good shape. All right, there we go. And now we can walk through this way for the first time since we bought the ship. This is good. I've got a couple more batteries. See if we can work them in over here. just don't see a way to Tetris this out the way I want. So let's bring up the dolly, newly refurbished. Let's see what we can pack into there. Thrusters, which are a good grab. Nav station's still here. We're going to want to get that too. Let's undo these thrusters. Yeah, help fight on pause. Still wants to be down here repairing this. So one of the most annoying bugs still in the game at this point is, see, when I uninstalled this thruster, it put it appropriately on this side of the wall. When I uninstalled this one, it put it on the opposite side of the wall where my character would have to walk around quite a bit to get to it. And it doesn't seem to have anything to do with whether there's a place to set it down right there or what. It just loves to do it. Uh, Thrusters seem to be the worst. Bends sometimes do it. Ugh, dithers. At least we're finally getting our conduit installed. Thank you very much. We're going to take auto task off. Yeah, so out of the four I uninstalled, it popped two of them out into the black. Fortunately, we're a scrapper. And we can fix that. All righty. Can't really think of anything else. I'm dying to get bored. I always try to leave ships with the idea of if it disappeared while I was gone, is there anything I would really regret not being there? And the only thing that I'm really concerned about in this case is the nav station. So Tetris out a little bit and see if we can squeeze it in over here. So I've solved one problem, but I've sort of created another, but I think I got that fixed. Okay. So the cart can go here. And now I just need to, I'm sorry, the cart goes here. Okay. Set down my auxiliary case here. The station will go there, and I'll be able to set down my primary toolkit here. Okay. Okay. Now we have some things to work on while we're heading back. Or once we get there, for that matter. Not plenty of oxygen. Let's look at the alarm. There we go. So no nitrogen, but hopefully we'll be able to fix that here in the near term. Looks like that might be the spot for it. Actually, I have a script. Let's skedaddle on back to K-Leg before it disappears around the planetoid. So let's hail our docked ship. Tell them goodbye for now. And head for K-Leg. So first thing I always do is try to get my bearing correct. So if you're not heading in the right direction, of course I was making it worse because I was trying to talk about it and do it at the same time. If you're not heading in the right direction, you can waste a lot of time and energy. And there's no one to ask for directions out here. Okay. Correct our okay, beautiful, and accelerate a bit. Now, nitrogen is fairly expensive, but it's not at the end of the world. Power is our concern here. Even by adding the second battery in, our reserve still seems kind of low. We'll top out just under, right at 75 here. Crank it up to 16 and keep an eye on things. I'm concerned about are these random other haulers, and particularly at high speed, to behave very erratically. Still reeling, apparently, is too drunk to dock. So I have a small emergency battery, but I think we're going to get by without it. Correct my course. There we go, beautiful. Since the station itself is moving as it swings around the planet, even if you're dead on, it slowly changes. Now it's actually swinging away from us. There we go, beautiful. All right. So within range of the asteroid, but not the station yet. So it's a little too early to dock, but I am going to start bleeding some of our speed off. Get us below at least 50. If we did accidentally ram into something, it would make it a little less fatal, less likely to be fatal. Let's talk to K-Leg. Hi there. I'd really like to land. Can we do that? Yay. Sweet. The whole docking mini game. one of the things I really like about this game is there are so many little different things that are kind of fun in and of themselves that you can do. Slow things down here before we ram this at nearly 50. Now, we could dock right now, but just for style points, I like to come in at under 10 meters a second. Come on. There we go. Welcome back. Sweet. We're back in the not so fresh air of Kalenic. Alrighty. Now, of course, I left one of my most important things outside, which is this crate right here. Primary carry-all. All right. So let's take care of our docking fees. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Another $10 for the nitrogen. We're not using nitrogen for atmosphere. We're barely using oxygen. Now all that power that we just purchased cost us next to nothing. All right. Let's go talk to the fixer. Alrighty. Really want that if we can scrape together the scratch for it. Nothing on the data card yet, so we should move all that stuff over. Haven't updated the zones to reflect our new build. Need to do that. He's going to want that probably when we fix it. Nope, he already wants that, so we just buff that up. Probably going to hold on to the Halverson. Although we seem to be pretty zoomy right now. I'll think about that. He doesn't want that, but probably will by the time we get the other stuff rolling. See if the scrap kiosk is selling anything fun, like Hydra and a medical bed, both for a relatively good price. So not going to refresh till tomorrow, so we should be able to come back and pick those up if we need to. Would like one of these as an emergency backup battery. Be lovely to pick a set of these up because we can move ships around at that point. All right. Hopefully we can get ourselves a real backpack. Don't see fusion assembly in here. Usually it's modest items. So remember the laser torch the fixer was offering? Well, I was excited about that. No backpack. It's too bad. Yeah, just the battery for the laser torch. So we're hungry. Let's do something about that. Yummy. Bob always hits the spot. Since we haven't installed our own toilet yet, we're going to use the public one. Could go to the one that's in our dorm room, but before we walk out, vacuum, and let's get some shit done. Be a really good idea. Get some of this stuff in saleable condition. All right, then we can auto task. Let's fix some crap. Restoring the thruster. Awesome first choice. Hopefully we'll go for the nav station. Need to flip that off, meaning the proximity alarm. It's just triggered twice. Tricky part's remembering to turn it back on when you leave. Let's go ahead and just hit restore on that. Then the auto task. Sweet. Right back to the Halverson. Good move. Hangs up so much on speed 16. Sometimes I wonder if it's not faster just to do speed 8. Thruster. And, I've been playing a lot with another character that's a much more advanced. You forget how long it takes in the beginning when you're not very skilled. You don't have very good tools. That laser uh, welder will help a lot with tasks like these, particularly restoration tasks, which is all we're really doing right this moment. I think we've got a quest for that intake. I think we also need 4 of them. Let's see. Don't actually have a broken transponder. Here we go. 4. Okay. For Sebastian. Okay. Let's force this. Repair. Needs a heat sink. This. Steel. Electronic motherboard. So instead, you started working on the floor. Okay, that's a good choice. Thank you very much. I have noticed that if I'll completely clear everything off the screen, I'll get less hitching on speed 16. I don't know if the helmet matters on that or not. This one. Everybody hydrate. So, electronic easily done. Heat sink. Can definitely grab that too. Apparently my stomach has decided that kebab sounded really good. Alrighty, let's grab some electronic bits. Oops, maybe that's not as simple as I thought. Thank you, Mr. Otto, for the save. Fix that. Heatsink one. Sweet. You know, if I poked around the station, I probably could find some electrical parts, electronic parts somewhere, but I'm just going to go ahead and buy them. Electronic. It's one of the things you typically need more of than you just find. So I can handle that. Give me the wrong thing. Annoying. Okay, let's try again here. I'm sure it didn't give me the wrong thing. I'm sure I selected the wrong thing. Okay. Small electronic parts. Hmm. Guess we figured it out. Really do want to patch up that cryo pump. Buddy's having a drink of water. Thanks for the reminder, Miss Penelope Pitstop. Everybody hydrate. Oh, even the character did it. Sweet. Right onto the cryo. See if that's done. Let's go visit the fixer again. Let's fix the zones while I'm thinking about it too. think that's everything. We'll find out soon enough. Guess I was out of the mechanical parts too, so but I also believe there were some of those laying around. Okay. Always make sure we've got our ticket. Stick to your ticket. Okay, he does want the pulling the uh, pellet feeder, which is good. Time well spent. I've got one Halverson right now, maybe two. I'm going to sell one. Just board the ship. Oh, we probably got more inside the dollies. That's a good price, so I'm just going to sell these guys. What's the fusion laser? Good, good. Does it with the turbo air pump. That's necessarily very common, but it annoys me that it doesn't with the reactor regulator. It does with this, which is really good. So that's still counting as used. He does want it. So 3 more. But he will take off our hands, so I just need to unload this in places we've just created. Oh, he wasn't back at the nav station. Or I missed it if he was. That's a little annoying. Mr. Mouseman letting us know he's alive too. Thump. All right. So we're going to finish up there for this stream. This is the 15th stream, which is the final planned stream. However, I'm immensely enjoying this game, so we're going to continue. I have some fun ideas for how I would like this character to develop. Let's just say we're going to deliberately cross some law enforcement or corporate thugs, depending on how you want to look at them. Set this down. Okay. So we're going to head back to our dorm. Untime. Fourth shift ends, and the change in the atmosphere is unmistakable. Shipbreakers stop sparking their hand torches. Long arm construction Waldos drop their grip and drift away from wrecked hulls. 2 clicks out, a cargo hauler cuts its reactor, and the entire rig burns down like a cold ember in the dark. Untime. The closest anyone ever out here ever gets to a Sabbath. 20 minutes and 58 glorious seconds welded onto the end of shift 4, a seemingly insignificant stretch of time remaining like loose change after the rest of the hours are divided, counted, and spent. In the beginning, Untime was merely a quirk of the new celestial calendar, a more even way to divide the year now that humanity has uncoupled itself from Earth and its overwrought lunar calendar. But that was decades ago. These days, Untime is for rest, for conversation, for anything and all that won't turn a buck for the bosses. As for the managers who choose not to observe this fine tradition, 2 weeks ago, one of them fell from a labor barge and hit every ship on the way down. You know, fell in a vacuum and bounced off lots of things. Yeah, yeah. extra PDA that we might find interesting things on. Oops. So I'm going to actually do our sleep time real quick here. Change the roster over. If you don't change the roster over, you don't get as much benefit. It's considered a nap rather than actual sleep. You know, we're in the time. This is really not the ideal time. Let's just go ahead and speed past that. Love the idea that everybody just quits. Sorry, you were next in line at Starbucks? Too bad. And now we're into real time. Okay. So we're all on sleep, what we want. And we can super fast forward. Let's try 3 hours, see what that gets. So I want to be a little more rested than this. Because right now we're adequately rested. Now, nope, still saying adequately. Let's see if it's a dismiss. I think it's time. Apparently, 1 more hour is needed. There, that's what I wanted. Very well rested. Sweet. So when we get back, slow things down for starters. Our stuff so we're not wandering around the station half naked. Grab a snack. This time it's the algae broth in a bag with alligator pepper and seared tomatoes. Mm-hmm. Sounds like home cooking to me. in our save. And see you soon for another episode.